Hello everybody, my name is Ace, back with another video. Another roguelike that looks familiar if you ever owned a Nokia back in the day. It's a game called... What is it called? SNKRX? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm just going to refer to it as Snake. But it's another roguelike, as I was saying, or a roguelite. That has an auto-battling element to it. The only thing you control in the actual gameplay of it all is the movement of the snake. Aside from that, you build up your quote-unquote team. You might be able already to tell in the background, you see the different colors and such. Those are different units. You can upgrade them in a very auto-battler type style. And you kind of build up this little snake and try to win the game. Let's just start at the very beginning with a fresh arena run, and you'll be able to tell what's going on. It's a little tricky for me to read the font. I'm a dyslexic bastard. So it's a little confusing at times, this unique type of font. But luckily enough, we also have symbols, and they are synergies, which is what we would expect in a game like this, where we have auto-battling mechanics. We have a tier system. I believe this is a tier 1. Or is it level 1? Oh no, it's the amount of classes available. Up to 6. But the upgrades themselves, the synergies, don't trigger until 3 and 6 intervals. Being 8 and 16% respectively. There is a tier system involved. As you can see right here in a very... similar expected way on shop levels. As you can see, it goes all the way up to tier 4, which we currently have no chance of getting. Let's see, what is it? A vagrant, which gives you a psyker orb, which is like a little white orb that goes around your character. So I think we'll just start off with that. I'm a big fan of the vagrants, the psyker class. I'm not sure how I can really exploit the explorer class, but we gotta start somewhere. As you can see in the top right, we have a party of 1 out of 7 now. I believe in New Game Pluses, you will get access to greater party sizes to increase the size of your snake. And here on the left, you can see the entire synergies of your team right now. The only thing that's active is the Explorer, giving us 15% attack speed and damage per active class to allied explorers, which right now is just the 1. And we're working on a psyker orb. Our vagrant itself shoots a projectile that deals right now 11.5 damage. Alright. Now as you can see, you have a multitude of ways of controlling your character. You have your not your WASD, although you can control that a little bit. I recommend just using A and D. You can also use left click and right click on the mouse, or just the mouse cursor on the controller if you want to. There's mouse control. I find it a little weird to use the mouse cursor, because the moment it gets close to your cursor, it starts going into circles, which might throw you. But it might also not do that. It depends on your preference. You have the options, which is always good. All right. You can see the white ball spawning around. The bottom left, you can see the health bar of your particular blocks in the combat itself. What do we want here? Spellblades. It is unclear to me what tier something is. Maybe it has to do with the color scheme. Maybe this is just tier 3 units. But then the Arcanist would be a tier 3 unit, which doesn't make any sense because it's a starting unit. Maybe I'm missing something. It wouldn't be surprising. But I might take an archer, or maybe I'll just don't take anything. Yeah, let's just not take anything, because there's also an interest mechanic. The more gold you have, the more interest you make, which can help you scale into getting some decent income. But of course, the payoff or the risk is that you don't increase your strength, and the enemy does get more difficult. And these are very simple enemies. There are those that can pretty much one-shot every single block on your team unless you have defensives. And yes, you can do a variety of builds. You can do a projectile build, you can do aura builds, you can do minion builds. In a multitude of ways as well. There's like turrets you can place or that get placed automatically that will fight for you. But then there's also like an investment mechanic where you can just summon creatures to kamikaze upon the enemy. It's there's a surprisingly large amount of ways you can play this game, which is interesting. Speaking of the infesting Swarmer right here, throws a knife that deals 13 damage and spawns 2 critters if it crits. Not a terrible thing. A Carver, that's one of the builders, doesn't put down a turret and instead puts down a healing statue. Interesting. I don't mind trying out the Beastmaster. Do a little roll. We'll throw in a Scout. We need 3 red to be able to start critting, and then the Beastmaster on crits will start spawning critters. Maybe we should just do a red build. I like the white build, but maybe it's a red build. You always have to play what you get after all, and we're getting red, so maybe that's what it needs to be. See those little orange dots that just ran towards the enemy? That's the good stuff. And you can start filling up the entire screen with them in the late game, which is kind of nuts. And there's also AoE effects, like fireballs and whatnot, or fireball equivalents. You can even, like as I said, you can even do a melee build. Like I think there's like a whole synergy dedicated to do melee damage. Because if you bash into someone, you do take damage, which also has mechanics in the game. Taking damage and healing, which can trigger a multitude of things. There's so many synergies, which is impressive in its own right. For a game that is like another $2 or $3, right? Like it's very, very cheap once again. Granted, of course, the excitement visually is very linear, or very square, I should say, but that's not a terrible trade-off to make for good gameplay. And yes, you also get items. Let's see, we have a taunt. It's good for if we had constructs, which we don't have. Freezing field. That's for sorcerers. Lightning strike. Ooh. Chance for projectiles to create chain lightning. That might be good. Let's take lightning strike. Items can also be upgraded sometimes. This case, there's 3 upgrades, and each level of XP costs 5. From what I can tell, I could not afford the first level because I need 1 more. Ooh, but we do have a scout. But we also have a vagrant. We'll just buy both of those. As you can see on the right side, they don't extend our snake. You can only have 1 class active at any given time, but you can level the class up. Get 3 of 1, that turns into 2, and then get 3 of 2, turns into 3, and then you get your final ability. Very much in like a, you know, a TFT type style leveling system. Let's do a reroll. Do we want to do a reroll? Let's do a cool, cheeky reroll. Speaking of those melees, here you have Force and Warrior. I do want a Cleric, because I do need some heals. I think that's going to be it for this round. Let's go. 25 rounds. That's a lot of rounds. It's a lot of rounds you have to carve your way through. Alright. Those green orbs are the obvious healing orbs. Now, healing is a build in and of itself. There are mechanics that do damage based on, or that interact with your ability to heal, which is quite interesting. But those require very specific synergies, very specific items, so I wouldn't necessarily build around that unless you happen to hit it. But those options do exist, which is interesting. Mercenary 2 might also be good for like early gold farm. Ooh, another cleric, another host. Sure. We're 6 out of 7 right now. We're also spawning a critter. Looking for another mercenary, I think, in an attempt to maybe see if I can get some real money, right? Because that's the name of the game. Getting that eco going is going to save you. Because you're going to be able to get your upgrades. You're going to be able to upgrade your items. you're going to have an easier time getting the composition of team that you want. Although I'm very early still in the game. I've only played it for a few hours. I'm still very confused as what is optimal. I've had some big success though with the white powers. The white orbs that are floating around me. There's like a nice build around it. I did have a healing build once, which was quite potent until I got one shot. You can't heal yourself if you instantly die, surprisingly enough. And I also had some success with like massive AoE fields. Like there's a cryomancer and a witch, and I had a bunch of AoE bonuses which filled up the entire screen with AoE effects, which were quite lovely. Ah, there it is. We have a level 2 cleric right now. So now we need to find a bunch more to be able to make this level 3. We also have a scout level 2, so a bit of a damage up. Stormweaver infuses projectiles with chain lightning that deals 20% damage to 2 enemies. Speaking of chain lightning, I need to get this upgraded. That's going to give us a bunch of AoE, which is going to be nice. At least chance of AoE, I should say. That's an elite fight. They do hurt. We're getting a little bit of AoE. I do see the blue occasionally happen. Pick up those healing orbs. I can't outrun them, sadly. This is why healing is so important. Sometimes they're just quicker than you. You're going to take damage. Alright. You can push them away or use your offensiveness, your eagerness to hit them in melee as a way of clearing the path or even doing damage. Speaking of damage, Culling Strike. Instantly kill your elites. Berserking. That's just for warriors. Vulnerability. Enemies take more damage. These are all really good. I don't really am planning to do a cursed build. So I think I'm just going to take vulnerability. That's just 3 damage. Another Vagrant. Level 2 Vagrant. Very nice. There you go. Now we need 3 level ups. It's 15 total cost to give us a much, much higher chance for those particular chain lightnings. Another 5% chance for 100% chain lightning damage. Pretty good. Alright. That's going to be very powerful if we get a lot of hits. Now, what I do not know is if our little minions that we are spawning, if they actually end up also triggering chain lightning effects, or if that's just purely based around projectiles. That I do not know. I don't think it does, but I am uncertain. I'm not sure if they are considered sentient projectiles or not. Be funny if they were. Maybe I have to keep an eye on that. I haven't seen anything so far. But then again, I'm also trying not to die, which is also using some of my powers of observation. Alright. If you don't kill them quick enough, the waves, they do keep spawning, which does lend yourself to believe I need more damage. But that's okay. We'll get there. Ooh, Cleric. Sage. Nope. Pyromancer. Nearby enemies take 18 to 2 damage per second. Interesting. Nearby enemies. So I'm assuming this means that this is a, like an AoE effect. Which would be cool. But not really fitting for us right now. Do I roll now? I need to build interest, right? I need to get that mercenary and I need to build interest. If I come across something that's really, really nice and really good, then I might have to sell. There are, yeah, you can sell your units, you get a little bit of refund. I think you can even unlevel your shop, I've been told. So if you want to get something very specific maxed out first, you can technically spend money to help facilitate that. Although that ultimately would be a waste of coin unless you have a very specific tactic in mind that is very contingent on a level 3 unit of a lower tier. Who knows? Oop. When you see those slow ones, those moments of slow motion, that means that one of your things died. And as you can see the bottom left, yet there's one grayed out. Now, if something dies, it does come back at the end of the wave. So as long as you make it till the end of the waves, as long as you beat the level, you don't lose anything. You lose everything or you lose nothing. That's pretty much it. Alright, so we have another scout. Elementor. Arcanist. Let's do a quick roll. Merchant. Okay, so we do have mercenary now. Ah, there's the cryomancer, which is really, really nice. Unsure. Curses 3 nearby infinitely with dead, dealing 13 damage per second. That's actually kind of much better, isn't it? I'm gonna sell my miner. I'm gonna get the unsure. I'm kind of digging the cryomancer. Yeah, I'm gonna get the cryomancer. Still good. Let's do a roll. Another 2 clerics. So we're almost at a level 3 cleric, which is nice. Okay. Here we go. As you can see, we now have that giant blue field. Very hard to miss. Alright. Need to make sure that we keep our cryomancer alive. Yeah, those white worms there are snipers. And as you can see, they just instantly murdered one of my blocks. They're a lot of high damage. And they're long range. They can shoot you pretty much everywhere they would want. So you have to be careful with that. With this current level of speed, you can't really dodge them, sadly. Alright. Looks like we're good. Alright. Ooh, Echo Barrage. Chance to create secondary AOs and AoE hits. Freezing Field. That's Sorcerer Spells. Construct Explode. Chance for attacks to do critical strikes. Let's do that. Just easy damage. Let's not overcomplicate it. We do have a merchant. Your first item reroll is always free. It's kind of nice. Ooh, Psychic. Yeah, let's drop red. Now we have a Psychic there. Let's actually move the Cryomancer up as well. Which I think would be very nice. Cryomancer, yep. Creates a small area that deals a bunch of AoE damage. Alright. Roll. Ooh, Squire is too good as well. Squire gives you so much damage and defense. It's almost a must-have, in my opinion. Ooh, that's going to be tricky. I'm going to sell the red one here. Go a little bit more defensive. Okay. As you can see now, also the more white snake parts we have, the more white balls we have. And they do a decent amount of damage, and you can also upgrade them with items later, if you are lucky. So far, not really happening yet, but who knows. There's always next elite. Alright. I'm actually not sure what creates, or what determines the speed of the snake. I have to look into that, see if I can find it. I haven't actually found it yet. It's probably like something obvious that I've missed. There's always pieces of information that I always overlook for some damned reason in games like these. But I have noticed that depending on the parts of your snake, some of them are quicker, some of them are slower. Oh, those blue balls are bombs. Don't touch those. They hurt. Ranger, Forcer, we have a Voider and a Sorcerer. Yeah, this is one of the witches that I played with, which was fairly lovely. I wouldn't mind picking a witch up right now if it wasn't for the fact that I had the merchant. No, that's Chronomancer, not Cryomancer. Do I want to give away? You know what? Low-key want that witch, though. I guess these are just level 2. Maybe the number here is just a tier, which is different than the number here. Let's see. I suppose I could just read this, which probably would be wise. Can you imagine reading the tutorial in a game? Can you? Let's see. Ah, man, I really do enjoy The Witch, but I don't have any AoEs. I think I'm just gonna have to roll past it. Okay. Level 2 merchant. Does it do anything? Not that I can tell. Ooh, a flagellant. Deals 20 damage to self and grant 4 damage to all enemies per cast. So that's something that needs healing constantly then. Interesting. Sure. We'll start getting rid of, there's a cryomancer, very nice. Gambler. Damn. Getting that, nope. We're just gonna roll past it. Vagrant, flagellant. I guess we're gonna just do a white build. I really shouldn't be rolling this much. But I can't stop myself. Why am I rolling? Alright. It's so much fun to just roll in games like these. When I play TFT, and I do so on a semi-frequent basis, one of the things that I had to find out, that I had to learn when I started playing the game for the very first time, many moons ago, was to not roll as much. It's so satisfying to roll, though. Give me that dopamine hit. But alas, sometimes it is not the right thing to do. Oftentimes, it's not the right thing to do. Alright. Ooh, bombers. Big booms. Not what we're looking for at the moment. Squire. Psychic level 2. Alright, nothing. We're getting a couple of level 2s, which is promising. Getting level 3s is going to be the real tricky part. Alright. Well, the flagellant is giving us a lot of damage. But yeah, it is a temporary thing, because if he kills himself, then it's over. Speaking of things being killed, the elite was already dead. And yes, there are also on-death effects and on-death builds, perhaps, which are interesting, that one perhaps could deal with. Oh, here, speaking of, when an ally dies, it explodes, launching enemies away. Ooh, yeah, if you had rogues, that would be super sick. That's a lot of chains. Yeah, this is perfect for a red build. Ballista, all projectile damage. Guess I have to go with Ballista, right? It's just straight damage. Magician, Chronomancer. Nope, we need Cryomancers. Alright, let's see if we can upgrade one of these items. Alright, we have maxed out Lightning Strike. I wonder if the white balls that are circling around me can trigger lightning. Because they are technically projectiles. But are they technically projectiles? Truly the question of the ages. I probably also want to upgrade that vulnerability item we got, right? Because that's just straight damage taken. It's a little boring visually, but it's more damage nonetheless. Alright. I will admit, my build right now, not visually super impressive. I've had crazier builds. As I take one of my characters to die there. But that's okay. That is okay. Vagrant. Who was that? Yeah, see, I need another white one. That I haven't gotten yet. And I think that's it. We've got it. Psychino pulls enemies together for 2 seconds. But more importantly, it also gives us access to... yeah, Force doesn't do anything. Mage doesn't do anything. We do have Enchanter too, which is just more damage, which is nice. Who are our enchanters? The Squire and... the Flagellant, yes. Which gives us Enchanting too, which is just more damage, but also we have +4 total Psyker Orbs and +1 Orb for each Psyker. So we should have a bunch of Orbs right now. Look at that. Orb City. Alright. We are the danger zone. Get close to us, we take a lot of damage, but also you die, which is an interesting dichotomy. Risk and reward. Alright. I wonder if it's better to just stick around in the middle, or if it's better to do what you do in the old Snake games. Try to stick on the outside. And those groupings with the chain lightning, very potent, if it all lines up. Yeah, the fact that they charge like that is an unfortunate notion. Can't really stop that. Alright. Another Vagrant. There you go, 10% increased damage taken. That's a lot of additional damage. And should apply to every enemy. Hopefully. Need to get rid of that sniper there. There are items that also give you healing. I wouldn't mind that right now. Healer 2 is really nice for that as well. Healer 2 gives you a chance to create an extra healing orb when you create a healing orb. And as you can see how much damage we're taking. I don't know, maybe we have to adjust our build a little bit. Find that second healer. Because I would love a little additional healing. Especially since we're also doing damage to ourselves through the Flagellant. Oh, it's starting to look a little risky now. Oh, this might be it. This might be it. Oh, that's a lot of white worms. That's a lot of snipers. Oh, I should have gotten more active projectiles, I think. Because I think the chain lightning is not triggering on our flying Psyker orbs. Because I guess they're not technically projectiles after all, right? They're orbs. So it's a different classification. Which, you know, in hindsight, makes a lot of sense. We're almost dead. Not much left. Alright, we made it. But as you can see, although everything pretty much died, we'll get everything back. That's Sorcerer's Hex Touch. That's when Cursed. Curses also apply Doom for Doom Instance. Let's reroll. Yes, you can reroll your items if you have enough money. Blessing is healing effectiveness. That's Sorcerer. That's Sorcerer. Gold coins and healing orbs are attracted from the snake from a longer range. I guess we'll take it because I don't want to spend too much money rolling here. Another Cryomancer. Ooh, nice. A Squire upgrade. Insane. So what can I get rid of if I had the means? Tricky. Need one more cleric. One more vagrant. Damn. We're getting close. Getting our first level 3s. Alright, our team is back. Getting that level 3 cleric is going to give us a bunch of mass healing orbs as well, which kind of solves the issue in its own right. There's also an item that we can still possibly find that gives us healing orbs, which would be nice. Ah, they also have infestings now. Look, that's purple creatures. So we have to be wary of that. Although they do die quickly, and we do have a massive AoE damage aura around us. Which I believe the procs of its attack you can increase with attack speed. Attack speed is kind of like cooldown reduction almost. Feels like it. It helps you shoot faster, but it also helps you cast your abilities faster if there are any. I don't think it moves the orbs faster or anything like that. So it's like a cooldown reduction, but not like projectile speed. Okay. There it is, our first level 3 cleric. Whew. Creates 4 healing orbs every 8 seconds. That is incredible. Alright, so now we should be seeing a lot more heals. Hopefully. Very nice. Let's make sure we don't pick them up. Unless we absolutely have to. Let's just bank them, right? For a rainy day. To me, right now, and I'm not sure anybody who's playing this game agrees with it, the cleric and the squire feel almost like a must-have. Just because of how good they are. The cleric with their massive healing, which is really nice. Like, it's a healer, right? Like, I don't have to explain that. And the fact that the squire gives you massive defense and offense to everyone, which is really nice. And the magnet is a lot of quality of life, so that's very useful. I mean, I am banking on those heal orbs right now. I'm pretty sure if those heal orbs weren't there, my snake would have been dead right there. I was a little aggro there, just going right through it like nobody's business. Oh, speaking of, we did lose one. But that's okay, because we made it to the other end. And getting our first level 3 white piece as well. Effective experience, 15% attack speed and damage per active class. Which is only 3 times. Ugh. Which isn't all that exciting, damn it. It is what it is. Let's see what else we can find. Alright. Maybe level up here? Sure. 5% crit chance, so from 5% chance to crit to 10. Doing a crit 1 in 10 doesn't seem like a terrible idea. Kill the elite. Ow. Okay, I lost a unit. Oh, okay. Things hurt now. They went from, I can survive this, to hurt. Then again, it was also a very small map, so it's fine. It's fine. We're okay. We're okay. Baneling Burst. Oh, wow. If you have that, if you have a critter build, this is incredible. That's a lot of AoE. Again, Ceremonial Daggers is really good. We could use that. It's not bound to our class and just gives us more damage. If you have 1 or more enchanter, damage, defense, and attack speed. Now, we do have enchanters. In fact, we have 2 of them. The Squire and the Flagellant. So, this would give us access to 10% damage, 10% defense, and 10% attack speed. I'm leaning towards Ceremonial Daggers or Rainforce. Rainforce is probably the wise choice, but Ceremonial Daggers is the more fun choice. Right? Like, that's the unfortunate choices we sometimes have to make. I already have a Vagrant. What happens if I... Like, I mean, there's nothing more than a Vagrant. What happens if I get another one? Ah, this unit is already maxed level. Ah, that is true. It has reached max level. 20% defense, attack speed, as well as global damage. So it's essentially like a Squire. Yeah. Very good. So we essentially have an additional Squire almost. Very potent. 8 waves. Alright, I'm feeling very comfortable now. A lot more damage. A lot more attack speed. Although it doesn't really matter because we're not really using a very active attack team. It's more like passive damage. We have the Cryo Aura. we have the balls around us. So we definitely have a not really a synergistic build. I think if we had gone with a more projectile-based build, maybe had gone with a rogue build, we probably would have had a lot more visual stimulation and overall more damage, I think. Especially since we had like multiple homing items and whatnot, which would have been very interesting. Ooh, cryo. Nice. Psychic. Very good. Let's go to 30. Yeah. 30% damage, defense, and attack speed. Let's go. Let's make it happen. We are super tanky now. And those mass heals, those level 3 cleric heals, definitely carrying us. Very nice. Yeah, when I first started playing this game, the white snakes didn't look very impressive. And honestly, they don't look very impressive. But they are working. They're doing a lot of work. They're getting it done. But let's be real, I'm also massively buffed, and Cryomancer is also phenomenal. So it's like, you know, give credit where credit is due. Ooh, get more projectile damage. There's not much left to do. It's unlikely we can get additional level 3s, as we kind of threw out our eco. So I think just getting the upgrades we can get is going to be the most beneficial way of succeeding here. All right. Oh boy. What did I lose? My Cryomancer? Oh boy. Well, let's see how good that Cryomancer really was. All right, come on. All right. So far, so good. Yeah, it's 10 waves as well. Like, the waves definitely become bigger, bigger, and bigger. All right. 8 out of 10. I do love it when the Chain Lightning procs and everything gets sucked together as well. If those two abilities line up. Very lovely. All right. Just a few more. Last wave. Yeah, that was easy. Very nice. Ooh. Push enemies away. To stun for 2 seconds. Construct repeat their attacks once. It would be really good if we had a construct build. Rotating around yourself to the left grants more defense. Huh. I see. Let's just reroll. Unwavering stance. Last stand. Tremor. Assassination. Roll. Hive? No. Porcupine. No. Blunt? Damn, I'm not really getting lucky on the items here. Ooh, here. This is one of the heal items. So we might pick that up. Yeah. That is a build that you can use to... I don't have enough gold, yeah. So if we pick up an orb now, a healing orb, there's a chance we shoot a bunch of white projectiles. Which could be interesting. It's a very small chance right now. Because we haven't upgraded it. But that's okay. We will. We definitely will. There it is. Bunch of white projectiles just ricocheting around the map. For free, just because we healed ourselves. Nice. Very happy they ricochet as well, because otherwise you would have never been able to aim them properly, would you? 8 out of 12 waves. My goodness. Alright. Let's go. This seems fine. 11 out of 12, almost there. And that Cryomancer, Chain Lightning, all together. So lovely. Being able to just like almost instantly wipe a wave as it spawns. Very satisfactory. Alright. Yeah, we have so much defense and sustain. Oh, it's very difficult to kill us. Famous last words, eh? There it is. Maxed out Divine Barrage. 60%. Not bad. Let's go. So now we should be shooting them pretty much every other pickup. Which is going to fill up the screen with a decent amount more damage. So if we do get overwhelmed, we're just going to get more value from it. Oh, our front line is almost down. This is one of the reasons I wish I had like a healer too. Maybe there's like a good healer that fits in a build like this. A secondary one. You maybe not take Cryomancer or something, you know? And then just take a second healer. Who knows? So far so good though. 814. I remember when the waves were... Baby. They're so big now. Alright, get the corners. Maybe I should just play it on auto, you know? That's how you know how you've beaten the game. If you no longer have to control your character. Because if you just bash into the walls, you just bounce back. There's no damage on it that I know of, at least. So if you can beat the game without having to move your character. I tried it. I lost the thing. I lost my Cryomancer there. It's a bit of a problem. So far, so good. Okay. We're doing great. 14 out of 14. That was only a sniper there. Nice suck there on the corner. Let's pick up those healing orbs. Perfect. Minimal damage, maximum gain. Psychic. Cleric is maxed out. Ooh, Psykeeper is a healer. Creates 3 healing orbs every time the Psykeeper takes 25% of his max damage. Oh, shoot. Interesting. So this makes more healing orbs, which also will give us another active. Oh, I'm just going to sell this. Get out of here. Yeah, look, which gives us another active, which triggers one of our items as well as our Explorer. And the synergy on the healer is chance to create additional healing orbs, which will trigger our Divine Barrage more. Okay, it's starting. We're happening. It's starting to pop off. Vulnerability up. Did I just roll past a Cryomancer? Yeah, we just deleted that. Alright, we're almost at the end. Oh, I probably should put the other dude in front, the tank guy, I guess. Oh, he just... Whoa, what? Where did my team go? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never fought him before, so I didn't realize... Oh, okay. This is fun. This is nice. Oh my god. Give me my healing orbs. Where's my resurrection? I did kill the elite. I did do it. Defensive stance? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's the play. Alright, so we have him on the front then. Let's max this out for max defense, because that was nuts. Okay. Here it is, the final level. Level 25 out of 25. We are super tanky. We have kind of a synergistic build. Let's make some magic happen. Ooh, that sucker's good control. And it synergizes real nice with that chain lightning. Oh, wow. There it is. I think the elite is dead. Do we have to kill more elites? Nope, we did it. My very first clear of this delightful Snake XR game. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Incredible. Not even joking. This is my very first full clear as well, and I caught it on the recording. It is incredible. Very nice. All right. There it is. The music does slap. And this is a very cheap game. A very, very cheap game. $2.50 to $3 on Steam. So if you enjoy it, if you like it, you can check it out over there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you could make a decision if you were looking for gameplay. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys have been lovely. I'm going to check out some new indie games, some other new indie games. And I will see you either on the stream or in the next video. Good night.